there it is. Go ahead, right there.
The United States of America is irredeemable and is guilty of war crimes and crimes against humanity.
Be careful, be careful.
Yeah, this is great. Juana, stop. Just stop.
Dang, it's not.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So as we continue to chalk up the victories in the culture war, there are still several areas where we need to focus our efforts. Freedom of speech still remains a murky area for the right, as conservatives and right-leaning moderates continue to be arrested for things that are perfectly acceptable on the left. For instance, we have a story today that I want to read with you guys about 4 teenagers that could be charged with hate crimes for burning LGBT flags here towards the end of Pride Month. I need to clarify that I agree that people who tear down public or private property and destroy it should be charged. They should receive some sort of offense and fines or jail time or probation or whatever is appropriate for the offense. However, pumping a charge of vandalism up into a hate crime is a little absurd if you ask me. Recently, Donald Trump proposed that people who burn American flags should receive 1 year in prison. I don't necessarily know that I agree with that. I stand more on the side of free speech, and if someone wants to burn a flag, that's their own ignorance, and maybe we should allow that, though I find it completely disgusting. What we can't allow, though, is for American flag burning to be labeled as free speech, but then turn around and call burning a flag of ideology a crime, a hate crime nonetheless. Anyways, I've got this story for you I wanted to read, and let's just jump right into it. So this is NBC News. 4 could be charged with hate crimes for destroying LGBTQ pride flags, Atlanta police say. Police said all 4 were also charged with obstruction, criminal damage to property, conspiracy, and prowling. Atlanta police said Tuesday that 3 men and a juvenile could face hate crime charges after they pulled down LGBTQ pride flags and cut them up at an intersection known as the center of the city's LGBTQ community. I think they forgot a few letters and symbols. That acronym is getting so ridiculously long now. Police say they got calls at 1:40 a.m. Tuesday morning that 6 males were causing a disturbance near the corner of Piedmont Avenue and 10th Street, an intersection in the city's Midtown neighborhood that is painted with rainbow crosswalks to honor its importance in the Atlanta LGBTQ community. The men coordinated their plan and drove to Atlanta from their locations northwest of the city, police said. Officers are still looking for 2 of the 6 people who they believe took part. Investigators initially told news outlets that the men had pulled down flags outside Blake's on the park, a bar near the intersection, cutting them up with a knife and taking videos of what they were doing. See, this is the vandalism. They should be charged with some kind of a vandalism. They didn't own those flags, whatever. But to charge with a hate crime, that's excessive, in my opinion. The males fled from police on motorized scooters, investigators said, with officers catching and arresting 4 of them. They're in the middle of the street, popping wheelies, tearing up flags, a man said in a 911 call that police released. 2 18-year-olds and a 17-year-old from Dallas, Georgia, were taken into custody in addition to a 16-year-old from Taylorsville. Police said all 4 were also charged with obstruction, criminal damage to property, conspiracy, and prowling. Georgia is one of 3 states where 17-year-old criminal suspects are automatically charged as adults. Police said they have also cited the 16-year-old's father for failing to supervise his son. I don't know where to draw the line on that. I mean, a 16-year-old, just a year under being able to be charged as an adult. Should the father really be charged for that? I don't know. I don't know about that. I do agree with holding parents accountable at some point for their children, but we're talking about, they just told us that 17-year-olds are automatically charged as adults. This is a 16-year-old. It's only a year under. Should that father be charged as well? I think not, but I would like to hear what you guys think. Put it down in the comments what your opinion on that is. A prosecutor would have to decide whether to ask a judge or jury to add additional penalties to any conviction. Georgia's hate crime law, passed in 2020, allows a court to impose additional prison time or fines when a jury or judge or jury finds that a crime was motivated by the victim's race, religion, national origin, sex orientation, or other characteristics. As far as it being labeled a hate crime, that's still under investigation, Atlanta Police Sergeant Brandon Hayes said at a Tuesday news conference. We're still looking at all avenues as far as how that charge will possibly come about. Yeah, I hope that it doesn't. I really hope that it doesn't. A phone call Tuesday to the bar, in operation since 1988, went unanswered. The arrest came at the end of what is marked as Pride Month in many places, although Atlanta's main festival is held in October. In 2022, police arrested a man who they said had twice painted swastikas on the rainbow crosswalks. The crosswalks were first painted in 2015 and were made permanent in 2017 to memorialize the 49 people who were killed in the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida. In October, a Fulton County grand jury indicted a Pennsylvania man saying he had vandalized booths and defecated on a pride flag at a global Black Pride event in Atlanta in August. Well, did he defecate on his own flag? Because left-wingers and liberals have been wiping their ass with the American flag for a lot of years now. So, anyways, that's all I have for you. I just wanted to get this article out real quick and share it with you guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think that it should be equally freedom of speech to burn and destroy LGBTQ flags or other flags of ideology as it is to an American flag? I think so. Again, now the vandalism, I don't go in for that. I think they should be held accountable for the vandalism, but to pump that into a hate crime, it's a little ridiculous for me. And if that happens, that's definitely somewhere that we need to continue to fight in this culture war to destroy those unfair laws and practices. So that's all I've got for you this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed this or you got anything out of it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you dislike this and you don't like what I have to say, leave a dislike. That's fine too. And also leave a comment. Please consider subscribing, and I will catch you next time. Later.